chosen the brightest time of the day in my loft to speak to you because I do believe that brighter days are ahead. I want us to be hopeful even now as the challenges of life take their toll on our bodies, our minds, our souls, and our nation, and indeed our world. Tomorrow morning, we will not be in gathered fellowship at the Lord's house at 2741 Woodland at Salem, a place we've come to know very well. We've only been there for a year, but already it is home. And not only home, it's the place where we really truly trust, and we know that God does dwell there. So in lieu of having gathered fellowship, because I'm not going to try to live stream, I'm not going to load you down with new social media platforms and ask you to do anything. I'm going to ask you to do the wisest thing that a pastor can do right now, which is to say, make your house a church. Even if you're going to be alone like I will be, or if you're going to be with your family, draw everyone nigh. Remember how good the Lord has been, because those who worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth. The first thing I'm going to ask you to do in our informal worship, this simplistic, beautiful service, will be to say the Lord's Prayer together. Someone just lead it, or allow the spontaneity of the gathered fellowship of believers to be led by the Holy Spirit. The second thing I'm going to ask you to do is to learn that hymn, Amazing Grace. And if you don't learn it, look it up on Google. Use your cell phone, but just sing Amazing Grace. That is a national hymn of comfort, written by a man who once trafficked in slaves and captained slave ships, but who was redeemed by the loving God. The third thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to post a sermon of my very favorite preacher, William Augustus Jones. He was a giant of the pulpit. He was a giant in my life, and he's someone I think about in moments like these. Dr. Jones will bless you. The fourth thing I'm going to ask you to do is to find a moment of personal stillness, to not check your cell phone, to not speak to anyone else, but just sit and reflect and contemplate on how faithful and powerful God has been to us throughout the sojourn of our people and our faith. And then the fifth thing I'm going to ask you to do, because the gospel is no good if you aren't engaged in doing it. You've got to believe, but you also have to do it. It's to do an act of redemption, forgiveness, healing in your own home. If there's something that's sitting there on your own family's doorstep, address it. Work together. You're going to have a lot of time together. Netflix and chill won't carry the whole way, but God and his loving comfort will. And I'm going to be checking in with you on an ongoing basis. I've already started calling people. I've got a FaceTime date tomorrow with a couple of kids from our church and their parents. That's the kind of stuff that encourages me to keep going. And I think it's the healing work we need right now. God bless you. God bless all of us. God bless the world.